If you've been looking down different rabbit holes to make money online, then you've probably come across something about School of Mentors in your newsfeed. And it's this online mentorship community that gives you direct full access to entrepreneurs, different live calls, and a private network to help you grow your own business. What's up guys, it's Erica here from The In-Between. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any future Make Money Online reviews just like this one. If you are watching this video, then you're probably wondering what the whole School of Mentors thing actually is, and if paying for access to a group like this can really help you make money online. The whole idea is that you can learn from people who have already built successful businesses, connect with others online, and use that to grow your own income in the process. But before you go signing up guys, and paying access to something like this, I want to break down what's really going on behind the scenes, how these mentorship communities actually work, what people are saying about it online, and whether or not this is something you can realistically rely on in 2026 to make money. Or if you're better off putting all of your time into something that's way more simple, more scalable, and actually builds you something that you own, much like the digital assets that I've been building for years now that continue to pay me every single month like clockwork, then go ahead and click on the link below to check it out. And just a quick disclaimer before we get into it, guys, I'm not affiliated with School of Mentors or the brand behind it in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research, experience with their business model, and what other real users are saying about it online. With that being said, let's jump right in. So School of Mentors isn't really a course in the traditional sense, but more so a mentorship style community built around learning from people who have already built their own successful businesses. So the whole idea is that instead of following one specific business model, you're getting access to countless different entrepreneurs, different strategies, and different ways of thinking about building income online. So you're not just getting a done-for-you system, and you're not getting a clear step-by-step blueprint for one exact thing. Instead, you're basically just paying for exposure to high-level advice and how experienced creators approach business growth and money. So inside School of Mentors, you're getting direct access to a mix of live calls, training, and a private community all centered around learning from people who have already built their own businesses. Beyond that, there are weekly live mentorship calls where you can go to hear directly from high-level entrepreneurs and ask questions about how they actually built their own success. On top of that, there are also more tactical workshops that focus on things like sales, marketing, and even AI. So you're not just hearing stories, you're also getting some practical insights too. You also get access to a big library of content, kind of what they call a Netflix for entrepreneurs, with a bunch of masterclasses you can go back and watch whenever you want. And then there's the whole network side of it where you're surrounded by other people who are also trying to build something like you, so you can go there to connect, share ideas, and really just stay involved in that environment. Now, when you look at School of Mentors online, it does have a pretty solid presence with around 40,000 followers on their Instagram. And beyond that, they have over 6,000 members inside their school community. So at first glance, the overall feedback may look strong. A lot of people talking about the quality of the mentors. And at first glance, the overall feedback does look strong, especially on Trustpilot, where they have a 4.8 star rating. A lot of people talk about the quality of the mentors, the level of conversations, and just being around other people who are serious about building something. But once you start digging a little deeper, especially at the 1-star reviews on Trustpilot, some people mention that the value isn't always clear, especially if you're just starting out. They also expected way more step-by-step guidance, but instead they felt like they got more high-level advice that was harder to apply right away. Beyond that, others talk about the cost and really feeling like they just didn't get a clear return on what they paid for, especially if they weren't fully engaged or didn't already have something else going on. Now, moving on to pricing, School of Mentors is said to be around $49 per month, and they do offer a free 7-day trial to get you started. And like I said, all of that does include access to all of their calls, content, and the community, but you're really not getting a step-by-step system here. So the value really does come down to whether or not you're actually showing up and using it, because just being inside the system doesn't automatically turn into results. And with that being said, here's one of the biggest issues that I have, not just so much with the course, but more so the business model itself. It's that you're not really building anything directly and nothing belongs to you. You're learning and you're listening and you're for sure getting exposure, but at the end of the day, guys, you still have to figure out what you're actually going to do. There's no clear path, no guaranteed income, and no real asset being built just from being inside a motivational community. And a lot of the value is based on psychology. So a lot of feeling like you're close to successful people, feeling like you're part of something, and also feeling like you're making progress, But feeling like you're making progress isn't the same as actually making money in real life. And if you don't take what you learn and turn it into something real, then you can spend months or even years on end inside a community like this and still not have anything to show for it. So if you guys have been following me for a while now, then you already know that I'd much rather put all of my time and money into building something that's way more simple and that I actually own 100%. That's why I will always recommend building digital assets instead. Now with this model, it's all about building small, simple websites around local service niches people are already searching for and need all over the US. So think of niches like plumbing to roofing, or even in my case, fencing repair. And then you get all of those sites ranking to the very top of Google so that they show up when people in that area need help. And once those calls start coming in, that's when you connect them with a local business owner as a middleman, who are in turn very happy to pay you every single month for the lead flow. For example, as you guys can see here, I built this fencing repair site in Colorado Springs a little over 3 years ago, and that same site continues to bring in calls and leads to this day without me having to even touch the site. And what's more is the same business owner is more than happy to pay me every single month because all of those leads actually help his business grow. And because you're working in local markets around the US, that means the competition is relatively low and the demand for scalability is high. That's why I did the same thing with a stucco plaster site in the same city as you can see here. I built it once, I ranked the site to the top of Google, and once it started bringing in actual calls, I rented it out to a business owner in the niche who continues to pay me month after month. And what makes building digital assets so much different than any other online business model out there is the fact that you actually own all of your assets 100%. Meaning if a business owner ever decides to stop working with you or pay you for the site, you still have 100% ownership of it, and you can simply send all of those leads off to another business owner willing to pay you for the lead flow. So you're not ever having to start over, you're not having to rely on something outside of your control, and that's why I will always recommend this model, because it's simple, it's predictable, it's scalable, and it actually allows you to build something long-term that you own 100%. All right, guys, that's it for my full review of the School of Mentors platform. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below so you don't miss any future reviews like this one. And if you want to learn more about building digital assets, the same model I use to earn passive income every single month like clockwork, then go ahead and click on the link in the description below for a free training that covers the whole business model in more detail. As always, thanks for catching up, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.